Good morning, welcome back to WEBBY Explores the River Tame, and we finished here in the last video underneath Spaghetti Junction, which is just up there, the M6, and we've got the Tame Valley Canal there, heads up to Ocker Hill, Tipton. We're standing on top of the Birmingham and Fazeley Canal, which runs underneath here up to Birmingham city centre, which is up that way. That's the Birmingham. In fact, you can see all these canals. I've done videos of them on the channel. So if you're coming along the Birmingham and Fazeley, you take a right here to stay on the Birmingham and Fazeley. Of course, that's the Tame Valley, which I just showed you there. That's the one end of it, and the River Tame is running just there, which we will see in a minute. Let's continue down. We're going to continue today on the Birmingham and Fazeley. I just want to show you the rest of the junction before we start the walk. Can't see much of it because they're doing some work on the M6. So here we have the start of the Grand Union Canal, which I've started filming and I'm still continuing with, and that heads to London. We've walked it from here to Warwick, Leamington Spa, and then we've gone past Leamington Spa. Took the wrong turn in there. Should have continued over the bridge, over the Grand Union, to continue along the Birmingham and Fazeley. So that's where we're heading. We're going to head this way on the Birmingham and Fazeley, and we're going to just walk around this corner and pick up the River Tame. That bridge carries the Grand Union, the very beginnings or the very end, whichever way you're travelling, across the River Tame, which is here, and it runs underneath the M6 for a short while. Now we can't follow the river much today. I've planned a route out. Whether we'll stick to the route that I've planned, I'm not sure, but we're going to try and keep to the Tame as much as we can. So first off, we're going to follow the Tame here. The canal then veers away and we're going to stick to the canal, and then hopefully pick it up again at Gravelly Industrial Park. This is as far as we can get at the moment along the Tame. As it heads off that way towards Gravelly Hill, where, as you can see, it's all fenced off, and I think it stays underneath the M6 all the way to the industrial park. So we're going to get back on the canal, which is just over there, and walk along the Birmingham and Fazeley for a short while. And I've just noticed on the opposite side of the Tame there, we're at the back of Star City in Birmingham. I think it's a 30 screen, I've never been, I think it's a 30 screen cinema and leisure complex. So here's the canal. Spaghetti Junction and Salford Junction. The Canal Junction is just down there, and we're heading this way towards Gravelly Hill Industrial Park. Right, so here is the main entrance, the road entrance to Gravelly Hill Industrial Park, but you can't get off the canal here, so we're going to carry on underneath and find a way on. So you pass under Troutpool Bridge, the entrance to Gravelly Hill Industrial Park, and you're met by this lovely tunnel where the canal passes under some industrial factories, units, and it's quite dark, so I've just walked through. It gets quite dark under here. It's not actually a tunnel because this side is open. So just before the end of that tunnel, I noticed a little cut through which brought me out this hedgerow, I think there, and this was where I hoped to get onto the industrial park, but that's a no-no. So I'll have a quick look around and see if there's a way on. So there's the tunnel. We can't get onto the estate like I'd hoped. Maybe I'll have a little drive on the way back and see what I can get for you. So we're going to continue on the rest of the route, which I'll have to change now on my maps. We're going to continue along the Birmingham and Fazeley. So the bridge that we're coming up to carries Bromford Lane, the A4040, 4040, and this is where we're going to be coming off the canal. I'm going to turn right along the road and follow it until we meet with the Tame again. I was wrong about that bridge. That's Bromford Lane Bridge number 1, which was just passed under. So I'm presuming this is Bromford Bridge number 2. This is the one we'll be coming off and turning right, following Bromford Lane until we reach the River Tame. Canal bridge we've just come off. This is Bromford Lane. The car's parked there, so I just nipped, as I left my rucksack there, just nipped back, had a drink of water before we continue on our Tame walk. Now I was heading straight on. I've just looked at the map, and over there to the right, signposted Bromford Gate, and it does look like that road does take you to the Tame. Whether we can get through to it, I'm going to have a quick explore, and then I'll come back and we'll continue along the road. Well, the river is just to our left here, but I don't think we're going to get to see it. They have made a nice little picnic area for the workers who work on the estate. Oh, no, I can hear it. I can just about make it out through the trees. I don't know if you can see that on the camera. But there is a little bit of the River Tame. So it was worth that little detour. Looking along there, I think that's the River Tame. It's that bit of a concrete there. I think the River Tame runs under the railway tracks. Just there. So we've just come that way, and I'm going to continue that way, because the Tame is somewhere down there. But before we do, I might check that out in a minute if I think it leads to the river. So let's go and have a quick look and just see if we can see the Tame up here. You can just see the Tame there, coming underneath the motorway. And then it does run under here, but you can't see it. So let's go and check that path out. the road I was just on. But this was a nice little surprise. Oh. Surprise, we was continuing along the Bromford lane. I thought that this could be the river, so I walked along that road above, I forget what that's called, and then we found this little path which brought us to this bridge, footbridge, which crosses the Tame. At the M6 there, railway line there, Tame there, the A something there, and it looks like that path continues in a way that we don't need to go, so we're going to head back up to the roundabout up there, take a right, which would have been straight on along Bromford Lane, because I know the river bends round and I think we can pick it up again up there. So let's carry on with our exploration of this forgotten river, the River Tame. So we found the Tame again at Bromford Lane, which is just there. We've walked along, and we're going to take a left here onto Bromford Road, which runs alongside the Tame, and then I think there's over a path or a lane just up there on the left hand side, which we're going to take up and follow the river. How much of it we'll see, I'm not sure. I've never done this before. I'm in an area I don't really know. So let's continue along the Tame. So a short way along Bromford Road, we've come to Bromford Drive, which is here, and we've got this nice little gravel path which I did spot on the map, and hopefully this will follow the river, which is just beyond those trees. and I saw that the fence was broken here, so we thought we'd come and have a look. Well, we can't see the Tame now, but it is literally just down there, behind that fence. There's some other path, must be private. Then there's a small bit of fence. Oh, there's a train. Small wired fence there, and then a drop, and that must be the Tame. So we can't see it, but we know it's there. It's been an interesting walk so far, to be fair. Started off on the canal. This path's a lot nicer than I thought it would be, in the area of Bromford. And this walk, following the Tame, is also following the M6, because in part 1 we started near junction 10. We've just passed Spaghetti Junction, is at 6, and we're heading to junction 5 of the M6, so we've literally followed the motorway as well. See that brick wall there with the graffiti? That's the far edge of the Tame. So we'll carry on. I'm going to try and finish today near junction 9. Junction 9? Junction 5 is it, of the M6. If I was wrong with that junction, it will come up on the bottom. If I was right, I'll have a big thumbs up. Yeah, oh, got some more. Ah, I didn't see this. Got some more artworks here, so I'm going to film them. can just make out a bridge there. That must be crossing the River Tame, so the Thame's heading off that way. And we're continuing alongside the M6 Motorway. Didn't film too much then because it started raining. Very short but quite heavy for a very short time now. So camera went in the pocket. Got quite a few planes taking off on this walk. We're not a million miles from Birmingham Airport. So this has been quite, I wasn't expecting this, to be fair. It's been quite a nice walk along the old M6. Anyway, if you're from this area, Bromford, because I'd be interested to know a bit more. It looks like there was a racetrack once. I know nothing of where I am. I did see on the map there was a castle at one time or something near Junction 5. So any information, drop us a comment, a like if you've enjoyed the video. Love reading the comments, especially when I get some info about the areas I've walked. Because obviously I know nothing. Looks like the path is coming to its eventual end. Near Junction 5 of the M6. I still haven't fact checked that. Yeah, lovely path that. Quite long. And unexpected. Now I'm not sure when I'm going to be finishing the video because after this I can't see any paths along the River Tame until really Water Autumn, where it picks up again, because it just goes off through wasteland, factories, areas that you can't really walk. So let's have a little explore here and then see where we end up. well, that was my walk along the River Tame, as much as we could get near it. Just at the side of Jaguar Land Rover in Castle Bromwich, and it started raining again. And I'm making my way up through Castle Vale. Is it the A452 Chester Road? Up to the Tyburn House pub roundabout, which is just up here, where I can jump back on the canal and walk back to the car. I'm not filming that, you can see that in Birmingham and Fazeley Canal part 2. So thanks for watching, I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, please give us a like, a comment and a subscribe to see more videos walking around the West Midlands and further afield. So thanks a lot for watching, I'll see you in the next one. Ta-ra, WEBBY. Thank you for watching, I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, please give us a like, a subscribe for more content and a comment. I love reading the comments. Thanks for watching on this glorious Saturday morning walk.